everyone, Officer Brick here, and welcome back to the channel. And in this video, this is just sort of a follow-up video to the last one that I released with custom vehicles. This one is not all custom vehicles. This is basically a lot of these are vehicles that were released by LEGO with through different sets, and most of them I've kept original. However, I have customized some, and then some of them are MOCs. So let's just go ahead and check these out, and I'll let you know which one's which. All right, first up we have Lego City Small Car, that's set number 3177, which was released in 2010. We also saw this sort of in the Lego movie. As you can sort of see, maybe you can see inside the car, I've got Emmett driving. And while I never bought this set, I kind of just eyeballed it and got the pieces together and just tried to make it on my own, which I was able to do because, let's face it, it's a pretty easy build. It doesn't require a lot of pieces. I did, however, put my own finishing touches on it, which basically ended up just being the side view mirrors. The original set did not have any. And then in the back, well, not much going on really in the back. I mean, I added a little wedge piece to give it some more shape, and you have a rear brake light and window, but I mean, other than that, there's not a ton going on with this little car. But it's, I mean, let's face it, it looks like a smart car, but for all intents and purposes, LEGO has just called this the small car. Okay, let's move on. All right, next up we have this old school van. These were kind of fun back in the day. I guess it's kind of meant to be like one of those old Volkswagen buses, you know, with the engine in the back. But I mean, I really loved the look of this this vehicle. This was released with the Lego City Garage, which was set number 4207 back in 2013. It came with a couple of other vehicles. I never owned the set. Again, I just sort of tried to find the parts and eyeball it, and yeah, no, I'm happy to have this this vehicle in my set. It's not very wide. It's a pretty small vehicle, in all honesty, compared to your average Lego City vehicles. So if I just put a police car next to it, you know, you can just sort of see that's a little bit, it just looks a little bit smaller, but I mean, it does have the right proportions and length. But yeah, ultimately I wanted to add this one in particular to my collection because it's a beautiful design and I think it looks great. All right, and here we have what's clearly two taxis, and these originally came with the Lego City train station, set number 60050, back in 2014. And these are just sort of your standard Lego City 4-wide vehicles. Again, never owned that set. I just got the parts together, ended up ordering stickers, just because, hey, let's face it, my every city needs to have some method of transportation for the public. So taxis, that's fairly reasonable. So yeah, I ended up putting two together. Figured I'd have a couple. I mean, I really like the idea of a yellow taxi cab. I didn't do much to customize these vehicles other than changing the wheels up, which I find look a lot better on these 4-wide builds. But yeah, no, they look pretty good. Like I said, I really like the look of a yellow taxi, and I figured I could use a couple of them in my city. Somewhere down the line, I might add another one, or maybe even make a mock of a taxi cab or taxi van or SUV, something along the lines, but haven't decided just yet. All right, next up we have this this little hot rod pickup truck kind of vehicle. This came with Lego City Police K9 unit set number 60048. Was released back in 2014, and again, not a set that I previously owned. I just really liked the design of the vehicle, and I wanted to kind of just add it to my city, which I did. I just sort of got the parts together and put it together. However, I've added my own finishing touch to it. The only modification that I really made to this vehicle is I added a set of headlights. That's all this was really missing for me, was just a set of headlights, and because before there wasn't any headlights, it was just the engine and that was it. And I think it just gave it that little bit of an extra look, that little bit more of a hot rod kind of look. Very nice vehicle. It's got the suicide doors on it. Yeah, this is another one that I'm happy to have in my collection. All right, here we have another Lego City car. This one here is just sort of meant to be a little sports car. You can sort of see the front end of the car, very rounded, very large hood, kind of got a bit of a scoop on it. Also meant to be a convertible. This came with Lego City set 60060, the Auto Transporter set, which is a set that I do have. Of course, I don't have the truck out at the moment. I've got it put away, but eventually I will be bringing it out. So this one came with that set. It also came with another car identical to this one, except it was blue, but I ended up harvesting the parts of that one for a MOC. But I kept this one intact, and yeah, I like the looks of this one. It works well with my townspeople. This one's kind of interesting in its design. Very sleek looking. You got a little space in the back here if you want to just sort of put some luggage. So you just sort of put a briefcase back there, and now whoever the driver is can head off to work with their suitcase. And yeah, very simple, very standard. All right, and these two cars here. These two cars were released with Lego City Square. That's set number 60097, and was released back in 2015. The red car was sort of meant to be obviously I think a sports car, and then the black one just your standard sedan. And I didn't do a lot to change these two cars. The only thing I really did to change them up was give them the nicer wheels. And on the black car, there was originally there was like a light lime green piece that went in the center here. It was a 1x4 plate. I just ended up swapping out for a black one just to keep the car all one color. And yeah, no, they look good. The black car, you can fit two minifigures, whereas the red one you're only able to fit one. But yeah, again, standard city vehicles, which is good because you need to have some vehicles on your roads in your city. And I like them both, although I think I like the red one just a little bit more. And now here we have one of the cars that was featured with Lego City Service Station. That's 60132, released back in 2016. It's a nice dark red color. I like the looks of this one. Fair size car too. You can fit two minifigures inside if you wanted to. And it's a nice looking car, kind of sporty looking in the back, which I don't mind. Plus you got the round taillights. That's good. It's a little bit different. And the front of it, I really like the front of it too. It's got a real sharp looking front end on it. But yeah, it's just another standard Lego City vehicle. but I do like it quite a bit. And I mean, again, works well in my city. I think this was sort of meant to be maybe an electric vehicle, if I recall, because you had a little spot in the front where you would just sort of, I guess, plug in the charger, if I recall correctly. But yeah, there's a look at another one. Okay, here we have a pickup truck and then just a standard Lego City car. The pickup truck on the left, you can sort of see that it's a fair size. It's got the balloon tires on it, so I guess you could say just a little bit souped up. Got some lights up on the roof. These are both MOCs, it's just ones that I made on my own. The white pickup truck though, however, this is one that I featured with the Lego City Burger Bar food trailer, which I made a mock of. So I figured that's what we would see, basically towing the trailer around. And the red car here, just another standard city sedan. Very sleek looking. It's got all the right shapes. Looks like the rest of my Lego City vehicles. I do like the looks of them. Again, they're 4 wide builds, and the red one only can, actually both of them can only seat 1 figure, but that's okay because the other ones are still quite open. But yeah, just something different, and yeah, they look pretty good. And now here we have my OffRoaders collection. So you might remember a little while ago I had featured these on the channel. What started this build off was that yellow truck here. The yellow one was sort of based on an old Lego or classic Lego system set, which was Amazon Outback, Amazon River Crossing, something along those lines. But that was a Lego system set that I had pretty early on. And what was great about it is that it actually had a spring-loaded suspension. So I mean, you know, all of these vehicles, if you're going over a crossing or going over anything, they actually have their own proper suspension, which I thought was really cool. So this was my interpretation of that old Lego system set, and then I decided to make 2 more. Now the red one here, this was sort of meant to maybe kind of inspired by like a Jeep pickup truck or something, although that's not officially what it is, but it took some inspiration from it. And I changed up the windshield just to give it a little bit more of that look, and just added some lights in the back. And other than that, I've kept it pretty well the same, but I do like the looks of it. However, I think that gives it the right appearance, the appearance that I was really going for. And then the lime green pickup truck, yeah, just another standard off-roader with a spring-loaded suspension. They're cool looking vehicles. I like the looks of them. I've always liked off-roaders, Jeeps, pickup trucks. I think they're really cool, especially when they're done up correctly. But yeah, the off-roaders collection, that's what I'm calling them. And the only thing that's really different versus the original video is the red one. But the rest are all standard looking, and all have that spring-loaded suspension, which I like. And last but not least, these are the custom vehicles that I featured recently on the channel. Just 3 of them here. One is a vehicle that's sort of modeled after like an 80s hatchback vehicle. Like all the 80s hatchback vehicles, they sort of had that look. Not too much different, other than I added a actual set of doors on it. So that's that basically looks the same. And then next to that, it was just sort of this sort of luxury car with the curved roof, and this one looks the same too. Nothing really changed here. Still a decent looking car. And then there's the large SUV, which is the blue one here. And I didn't do too much to change that one, although I did change the base that it's built on. It had a 6-wide base before, which I was sort of using as, it stuck out a little bit, and I was sort of using it as basically steps, or rails if you want to call it that. But I was able to find this other base and just add some of the 1x2 rails, and I think that gives it a lot I don't know, it just gives it a better look, I think. Really, I had a couple of viewers comment, and I agree. You know, it's all subject to part availability when I'm building, and that's what I had at the time. However, now that I've found that other base piece, and I think it just looks a lot better. All right, so that wraps it up for this video. Hope you enjoyed having a look at all these vehicles. And hey, feel free to shoot me a comment. Let me know what you think. And I'll be back soon with some more content towards the end of the month. Maybe January, things are going to slow down a little bit for me, but I'll still be releasing videos when I'm able. So feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And yeah, that about does it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you again as soon as I can.